What is up, guys? Zan for Forward Progress Madden. Today we are going to do what I promised to do after the Madden Bowl Single Elimination tournament last weekend, where basically it was the final 128 and you had to make it to the final 8 to make it into the online groups, which are going on this weekend. But this game is going to be against Skimask. And for those of you who don't know the name, this is one of the members of G Code, which is Problem's crew of a bunch of the top Madden players of all time: Jet Steel, Skimask, Secret Man, House Shoe, Problem himself. A lot of really good players in this. So this was actually my second round matchup against Skimask, and we're going to do a full gameplay commentary because I feel like it would be pretty nice to be able to go back and look over how this game went and kind of talk about it from a a strategy perspective, and also be able to go through some of the things that I don't necessarily get to go over with you in a 5 or 6 minute tip video that I do every day here on the channel. So this game, I was really well prepared. I had Skimask really well scouted, and I kind of had a good idea of what he was going to do against me. I knew that he was going to run the nickel blitz on me to start, so I went ahead and came out and I showed him that I was willing to run the ball to the right side of the field, because I really wanted to see if he was going to send all 5 players or if he was just going to send the 3 rushers off of the left and spy out the right side of the line. So when I saw that he actually rushed all 5 players, that told me that I really needed to run play action and make sure that I was going to block with the play fake to the running back. Because if you guys checked my tips from last week, we talked about how to pick up that pressure. So this is something that I feel is a very good thing against this blitz. So you're going to see that I kind of try to run the ball to the right, and then over the course of the game, my blocking schemes kind of develop a little bit. So as you can see right there, he's actually rushing all 5 players, and you have Lawrence Taylor block shedding my right tackle to make a stop there. I had a lot of plans to run the power O to the right side of this formation, because most players typically will spy their right defensive tackle and then man up the right defensive end on the screen. So like I said, they're only sending those 3. So trying to run the ball on first and second down, nothing there. So gonna come out in a play that I originally started to run as a result of seeing this defense. Again, you have to have the running back on the right side of the quarterback, and it has to be a play action play. And if you do that, it'll pick up that pressure so they don't get immediate pressure. So you can see right here, I'm able to hit the post. He almost lurked it. That could have been a game-changing play from the very onset. And fortunately, he was a little shallow, and I was able to hit the inside route to McCaffrey. That's a great thing. You saw that he was in the cover 3 blitz as I go to the run here, and he makes a nice play with Bud Dupree. You saw that he was in the cover 3 match on that 3rd and long, and I was able to use McCaffrey's 96 route running to my advantage to get separation there and complete the pass. His user was just a little bit too far away. So you saw on first down, I went back to the base to try to run the ball to the right side of this formation. And I'm going to do my best to stick to this run game because I really want to try to get something going. Unfortunately for me, my bronze line is not holding the point of attack, which you wouldn't expect them to. So Skimask early right now is putting me in some 3rd downs that I don't want to be in, compared to the other 100 million times that I've faced this defense. I've been able to run the ball. So he puts me in a kind of a situation where I don't like what I'm seeing, and he gets a stop there, maybe going to this power O way too much, just trying to run the ball and establish a run game out of this Arizona playbook. So naturally I'm thinking to myself, okay, we have to change something up here, and we decide to go to the play. I believe we're about to dial up motion Z spot, which is a really nice play out of the gun wing trio halfback weak formation. So as you can see, I'm going to create a flood concept to the left side, and I'm able to fortunately hit the out route against his cover 3 He sent that cover 3 on 4, or I'm sorry, he actually sent a man-to-man blitz there. My apologies. So he ran off coverage, and I was able to hit Herman Moore on the outbreaking route and pick up a first down. I guess as long as we're keeping the chains moving on our first drive, we're okay. But if you're Jeff right now, you have to feel pretty good about this because he's doing a really good job of making me work. But there, we're trying to hit Matt Slater. I don't have 4 receivers on this team, so Slater drops a wide open dot to give up a big gain that would have put me inside of his 10-yard line, and to use a big play that I had pocketed. Knowing that he was going to be running this defense against me, I knew that I wanted to go to that wide receiver cross play because of that B route that beats cover 2. So kind of frustrating to drop that ball. You see I make some changes right there, get Herman Moore back in the game. And instead of Slater, we're going to put Cook in the slot, and we'll be okay from there. Again, going back to the run game, not super happy with the run game at all. I'm still refusing to ditch it, though. And that's important because you really want to try to keep the clock moving against top-level players. I haven't seen his offense yet, but I was very, very well labbed up for his offense. As you guys can hear my phone, I apologize if it's vibrating there. Put that down on the ground. But I knew that he was going to be coming out in that doubles week that he runs and jet steal runs, and I was very well prepared for it. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and hit this again. We're able to hit the route to Herman Moore this time and get inside the 5-yard line and set up a 1st and goal. So went back to the play, different receiver, different result, 1st down, 1st and goal. Again, haven't been able to establish a run game, and it's very, very tough to score the football inside the 10-yard line. I mean, if you're not starting on the 1 or the 2, you're hard-pressed to get yardage, as I completely screw up. Admittedly, I have some of the worst run stick in the entire nation. Wasn't able to hit that wide open hole up the middle with the draw. So sets me up with 2nd and goal. And we're going to try our best to run the ball out of the zone weak here. So we motion out, we went to the draw there. Again, nothing there. I should have ditched the call as soon as I motioned and the corner did not follow, but I snapped the ball anyways, which took away from extra blockers. That could have helped me get into the end zone there. So it's going to set up 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line, and we're going to go ahead and go to a play that I used in the first round, which was the fullback dive. And we were able to get in with the super leap. The 90 jump on the Jared Cook allows me to leap the line and get in for a touchdown to make it 7-0 after Boswell kicks the extra point. So all's well that ends well. Not the best drive to start the game, but 13 plays, 77 yards, and a touchdown. He made me work, though, so he's got to feel pretty good about where he's at defensively, having seen me convert a couple 4th downs, having made me really work hard, and stopping the run well. So now I just need to come out and lock out. I mean, I scored on my first drive, and we have to be prepared. So, as you guys all know, I run the dollar, and I run this DB Fire 2 press crossman, and I feel like I run it better than most people in the nation as far as I can sit in this defense pretty much all game long, and people really struggle to beat me. Whereas a lot of other players, they blitz a lot more out of this DB Fire 2 press, which is nice, but the fact that I'm able to sit in it so much allows me to really stop the run, because as you can see right there, I've got the Vernon, I've got the Clowney, and I'm able to do a really good job up front with my 3 linemen to stop the run. As you can see, the inside zone went nowhere to start. Here, again, we're checking out of our call into a cover 3. I knew that he was going to be going to cover 3, so I'm able to hit the C route on the right side. I know I needed to manly defend that. Audibling into cover 3 at the last second gave him a different look than he was expecting, and I was able to force an incomplete pass and bring up 3rd and 11. So here on 3rd and 11, I'm deciding that I kind of want to go to the big dime, but I chicken out of it, as you guys can see right there, and we go back to what brought me to the dance, which is that DB Fire 2 press crossman variation. Again, we show him it, and then we audible out at the last second, make him think it's one thing, turns out to be another. We end up using the C route to the wide side, and Clowney goes to work. This game, I kid you not, Clowney probably pressured the quarterback 10 times. He was far and away the player of the game for me on defense, as Skimask goes 3 and out to start the game. So that's the biggest thing that you could possibly want right there, is to have a very, very long drive to start the game and a 3 and out. And now I'm back inside of his territory, starting my second drive of the game at the 44-yard line. You can look at his first drive defensively as a success for him. He made me work. You can actually look at it as a success for me, because I scored without showing a lot of my great pass plays that I had dialed up. He's going to come out in the cover 4 from the 3-4 odd. So I decided to really commit to the inside zone. I made sure that I wanted to put my tight end Jared Cook on the side that I'm running to, because I don't want to run behind Logan Paulson. And now we're going to go back to the snugs. As you guys remember, I was able to hit the snugs pretty well against his nickel blitz 2. Struggled to stop that corner route out of the B receiver. So now that he's in a new defense, I'm feeling like I'm comfortable running some of my other plays. Unfortunately, though, he goes back to the nickel blitz 2, and I have to go back to my call, which is the play to the corner route. And I'm able to hit the corner route again to Herman Moore and pick up another first down. 4-5, 95 yards passing. First and goal from the 9. Feeling really, really good. Now, of course, we're back inside the 10-yard line. And this is where I kind of struggle to move the ball, unfortunately. Just really struggle. He run commits here on first down, knowing that I ran the ball a lot the first 3 times. That's a gutsy call by him, but a smart call at the same time. So he stops me, brings up second and goal from the 10-yard line. I'm telling myself, you know what? You've got a chance to take a 3-possession lead. Let's keep the clock running. He hasn't done anything against you on offense yet. Let's just get our points and get out of Dodge. We go ahead and run the ball with Jared Cook. Again, keeping the clock moving. And we're going to go into third down and goal from the 9-yard line, which is where we started after the completion to Herman Moore. I told myself that I wanted to go to the post route, but he's a very, very good player. I know that he's prepared for stuff like that. So I end up just running the ball again. I caught him off guard, but he gets a great block shed from his defensive tackle to bring up fourth and goal. So conservative call. I'm sure people are questioning, why didn't I throw a high point pass? But, you know, I'm under the assumption that he knows what he's doing in the red zone, and I'm not going to force feed the post to the A receiver at a gun split close. He's a better player than that. And I'm going to go ahead and hold the clock for just a few extra seconds there to milk it down to 3 and take the 10-0 lead. So I feel good. I'm up 2 possessions. He's running one of the most community-based plays in the game right now. Everybody's running this corner strike from doubles week. I felt really confident defending it. And we're going to come out and try to do more of the same here on our second drive. First drive, as you guys remember, we came out and showed him the cross man. And then we did a lot of checking out of that at the last second in vanilla coverages, such as 2-man under, cover 3. And then we got a lot of pressure with our defensive end. Here again, showing him a kind of a different look here. We're going to get him to throw in route over the middle as we jump his post route. And he's going to throw a pick to Anthony Barr. So we are now looking great, having the ball up 10 with 2:30 left in the first half. My goal right here is to try to put the dagger in. We got to go up 3 possessions. We're going to go ahead and hit that power O. Ricky Williams, battle ready, is only going to pick up about 4 yards. But you see that we're not against keeping the ball on the ground and running the clocks, especially since we're up by 2 possessions at this point. So take it to the 2-minute warning, and we are thinking a field goal is not the worst thing here, but I'd really, really like a touchdown. So we're going to come out and show him a different formation, which is the single back tight flex weak. This is kind of a tight doubles flex. It's a formation that's been pretty good over the years. And I'm going to show him a call that I'm thinking he's not ready for. We decide to run the ball, not able to get outside. Night Train Lane comes up and makes a big hit. Again, if he's base aligned, it's just so hard to run the ball if he's base aligned in a 3-4 defense. I also have Brandon Cooks in the slot, so it's really tough to run the ball to his side, which is what I tried to do there. And that's what I tried to do on the power O's early in the first quarter as well. You see that Cooks is right there in the slot. It gives me some trouble. So we're going to go ahead and throw the ball here. We have Cooks wide open, back of the end zone, 2 feet in the end zone, and they call an incomplete pass. I couldn't believe it. I sat there at the play call screen for a few seconds. I was beside myself, called the field goal, and they booth review it. And they overturn it. So we're up 17-0 off of that great call right there. I think that Skimask had been scouting my pass plays out of the gun split close, and what he had seen was that I was very content to throw the out route. So as you guys notice, he went cloud flat, hard flat there, and I just waited for Cooks to get over the top of the cloud flat, and there was no outside deep quarter help. So kind of over adjusted right there, and it cost him another touchdown. So we are up 17-0 with 1:23 left in the first half. Now remember, this is a huge drive. He has the ball coming out of half. So if he scores right here, he's got the ball again with a chance to make it possibly a one-possession game after his first drive of the second half. So we need to do more of the same and lock up. I come out in Mabel. We're going to try to defend the C routes. I'm going to user the C route. We don't see anything there. We're looking for the deep post over the middle, and Clowney, again, getting to the quarterback. Mixing up our coverages the best that we possibly can, and trying to run crossman mixed in was probably the best thing that I could have done in this game. It's really, really hard to stop this offense, the doubles and doubles weak, by just running crossman. As Clowney again gets to the quarterback, his second sack of the game. He only got credit for 1.5. I don't know why, but his second sack of the game brings up 3rd and 19 with the clock ticking. I take a timeout thinking I can get the ball back and try to put this game further out of reach if I get a stop here on 3rd and 19. So coming out, we decide that we want to call, again, not showing him the cross man. That's what he has to be prepared for. We go straight up man across the board, and we're prepared to defend the seams. You can see that I'm lurking 2 hook curls. If he wants to throw the ball to the running back out of the backfield, we're cool with that. I'm going to defend over the middle. And he throws a ball into coverage. I can't believe he caught this ball. Had him looking silly. His offense is just looking random right now. Honestly, if in the first half, the way Jeff played, you wouldn't have known this was a top-tier Madden player from one of the greatest crews of all time. You can see right here, ghost offsides call. He gets a free play. He's going to go up top, try to swerve, and I'm able to click on and make a stop there on the swerve. So swerve defense video coming in quick there as I click on, disengage from the 2-man interaction, and calls a swat. Unfortunately, though, he accepts the ghost offsides, which I don't really want to get into it. I feel that if you're a top-tier Madden player, you should not be accepting those, but it is what it is. Again, should have thrown a pick right here. I've got him 1 of 5, 33 yards, and that completion was questionable at best. Really putting his offense in a box right now. And again, he's going to come out, gun doubles, and now he's running the ball. We got the run stuff, though. Got those big 3 guys up front with the block shed. The Vernon gives +2 block shed to everyone on my team. So Vernon's got 96 block shed. Atkins got 94 block shed. Clowney, 96 block shed. And then I've got those 2 really good linebackers with great athletic skills and pursuit and play recognition. Not to mention I got 4 great corners. So putting him in a box right now on defense. 28 seconds left in the half. He goes to the C route, throws a great completion there to his receiver. I believe that was Deion Sanders. Again, that's what we're talking about. Those motion C routes can be a real problem. You have to manually defend the one on the wide side, and then they will motion in the one on the short side, which causes him to be wide open as well. So you really have to mix your coverages up the best you can to stop this defense. Again, he's going to go to the corner, to the slant route to McCaffrey over the middle. He's going to take a timeout. So 17-0. He has no timeouts left. 16 seconds left in the half. At this point, I'm debating myself, do I want to send pressure and get a sack right here, or do I want to lay back and try to stop him in coverage? I decide to send a double blitz off the right side, and we're going to get B-gap pressure with the corner. He throws the ball away. Incomplete. Bringing up 2nd and 10 from the 17. So mixing up our calls extremely well. I don't think that he had any idea what I was in the entire game until we get into the second half. Now I'm going to back off my corners a little bit. He's going to motion in Sanders, create trips to the left, kind of a trips tight end. Sanders on delay. I knew that he was going to look for a post. He tries to throw the ball, and I drop another pick. That's the third drop of pick on this drive. So I'm going to bring up 3rd down and 10. I feel really, really good right now. Like, watching this back for the first time since that game actually happened, I feel really, really good about what I was watching. 17-3 at half, assuming he's going to make this kick. Honestly, should have been 17-0, possibly 20-0, possibly 24-0, because I dropped 3 interceptions on that drive. I'm not going to lie to you. Those 3 points, I shouldn't have given up those 3 points. But drop picks happen. So, got to fight through it. I decide to run the ball out, and we end up taking the lead to half. His ball coming out, though. And I told you guys, I really, really needed a stop on that last drive because he's got a chance to make a 1-possession game with a score right here. So we're going to go ahead and kick the ball off to Skimask and try to go back to work on defense. So what did we learn from the first half? We learned run game really not there on offense. We haven't shown him a lot in the pass game, but guys are running wide open on the corners. And on defense, we're just going to keep mixing up the calls if we want to be successful. Mix up the cover 3, the Mabel, the cover 4, the 2-man under, the cross man, and occasionally send the blitz. So we decide to come out in the second half and go to the cross man. So he comes out, gun doubles again. Pretty well aware of what he likes to throw out of this formation. He's going to start to show us some new stuff in the second half, though. So as you see, he's got the running back on the table route. I had to have that cloud flat out there. Well scouted. Again, I know that flanker dig play is one of his best plays in this formation, so I couldn't afford to man up the B receiver on Sanders. That had to be my responsibility to pay attention to Sanders and have David Johnson boxed out of the backfield. So we go back to that same setup, and as you can see right here, he is looking for guys wide open, and he's going to throw another pick to Anthony Barr. I mean, he's got, 2-3 completions in this whole game, and most likely shouldn't have any. And that's no disrespect to Jeff. I mean, I think he would be the first to tell you that, I had the defense for him this game. So we're going to go back to work, 17-3, and I'm looking for the kill shot. So I'm going to come out in a new formation. We're going to look for something here. I call the tight twins from Ace, and I'm going to run bench on the left side. So we're going to throw the ball out in the flat actually, we're looking for McCaffrey. We have a rat catch lob out touchdown, and we overthrow it out of bounds. So we get no yardage right there. Probably on me. I could have possession caught that, but I honestly thought there was enough room to rat catch it and make that a touchdown. And unfortunately, he stepped out of bounds. So puts us in a bad spot, overthrowing 1 touchdown. Now we're going back to it. We got Cooks over the top, but we got pressured. Cooks was wide open for another touchdown. So 2 plays, 2 passes, 2 touchdowns, no points though. It's unfortunate. It happens. So we decided to go to a 3rd pass play. If you ask me, one thing I could have done different this entire game, this drive would have been to run the ball and take 2 minutes off the clock, but I didn't. I converted a 1st down on a 4th down earlier on this exact play. We decided to go back to it. Cooks wide open over the top. 3 plays, 3 touchdowns. 1 rat catch, decides to run out of bounds. 1 good pressure by him, even though I had a guy wide open. And the 3rd one is an overthrow by Russell Wilson. So I settle for 3 points. This should have been a 24-3 game, guys. 24-3. And I know I sound like I'm complaining, asking for stuff, but I mean, honestly, I need those points. But nonetheless, we go back up by 3 possessions. No harm, no foul. We're able to at least go back up to the point where he's going to have to possess the ball and score 3 times while stopping me, which he hasn't really shown the ability to do much other than have run defense, and my quarterback overthrows balls out of the end zone. But so we're going to go back to work. He's completed more passes to my team than his team at this point. And we feel pretty good about our setup that we have for the dollar. Waiting for him. I'm not sure what happens here. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Oh, he's going to go under center and run the ball. Okay, so this is the drive where I give up the big run to David Johnson to start an 11-yard drive. He's going to go no huddle here. So I'm thinking, whatever. He hasn't run the ball well. I'm just going to stay in this defense and see what happens. He's going to go to the pass, looking for the streak out of the backfield. He overthrows the C route. So at least he's overthrowing some open routes too. So he overthrows that one, bringing up 2nd and 10. Again, he's going back to doubles. I know that I just gave up a big C route right there, so I decided to switch up my call, go to the Mabel, and remember, I have to manually defend one of those C routes. He's going to motion Cooks across the formation to create trips to the right, and he's got guys running everywhere right here. But Clowney, again, with a fumble. How do I not recover that? How do I not recover that? It's okay, though. Brings up 3rd and 14, and he no-huddles. I'm not sure why he no-huddled right here, but I was in Mabel on the last down. I decided to stay in a 2-man under on this call. Checked it immediately to 2-man under. He goes to verticals, and he throws the ball up for grabs, bringing up 4th and 14. So, again, sound like a broken record. Dollar mixing up our coverages, not showing him the same thing 2 downs in a row has been the way to go so far. But here on this down, we decide that we want to go to our cross man. And when we do the cross man or the hybrid man coverage, he's prepared for it. He's going to throw the ball over the middle. Incomplete, though. We're able to lurk it. 4 of 14, 63 yards, 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions. So, at this point, I think to myself, I've got this game won. There's no way, right? There's no way I blow this, right? So, we go back to running the ball. Run commit. I get outside. It looks like I'm gone, but he makes a nice play with Sean Taylor. No run game for me in this game. Looking back at this, I really should have thrown the ball more. I was respecting that nickel blitz 2 way too much, and I should have thrown the ball a lot more. But after the last drive, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little bit nervous after overthrowing / not catching the ball in bounds 3 different times on 3 consecutive plays for touchdowns. I kind of told myself, okay, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's run the clock. Let's try to take this home. We don't have to score. I told myself that. I said, we don't really have to score the rest of this game because I feel the way that I'm playing on offense that Skimask isn't going to get to 20. So I told myself, let's run it back. 1st and 10. I go out to 5 wide and I run a draw, but my left tackle stands there. That could have been a major run right there. End up picking up only 2. That could have been probably 7, 8, 9 yards right there if my left tackle decides to block somebody. But again, trying to run the ball, show him different looks. We decided to go to single back ace, halfback stretch right here. Again, showing him different looks now on offense because I want the clock to run, and my other run game hasn't been great so far. So trying to run other run plays. We pick up a big chunk of yardage there, bring up 3rd and inches. So 3rd and inches, we decide that we want to go to the goal line QB sneak. If this was a regular play now game and not a lot of money on the line and a tournament on the line, I probably don't call QB sneak on 3rd and inches, but that's a smart call there. We end up picking up the 1st down. So no, actually we don't. I lie. We are short, and we end up deciding to go for it again on 4th down. We weren't able to pick up the 3rd and inches, but we decided that we're going to go back to the play here on 4th down. Takes him a while to set up his QB sneak defense, and we're able to pick up the 1st down. He didn't get down in the box to stop the QB sneak. It looked like he was moving that corner out to defend the toss, so I quick snapped it, and I was able to pick it up. So huge for me to get that right there. I go ahead and put the chew clock on. As you can see, I really ran the ball a lot. 21 rushes, 9 passes in this game, and just decided to play good defense. Great user there by Bud Dupree. 15 rushes for 28 yards with Ricky Williams, and 3 rushes for 9 yards with Jared Cook. But at this point, the time coming off the clock is more important than the yardage I need to run the ball. So we're going to stick to it. We ran the blast on the last play. We decided to run the blast again here on this play. Nothing doing again. That was actually a stretch, and he was able to get a stop. So that was going to bring up 3rd and goal, and I decided let's go ahead and take this to the 4th quarter with a 17-point lead. So feeling really, really good about what we're looking at right here. I got a chance to possibly go up 27-3. Worst case scenario is 23-3. Why not run the ball again, right? So we decided to call single back ace again, and and we're going to go to the stretch. We picked up 7 on it the first time. He was in cover 4 the first time. So we're going to go back to it. We decide to run the ball. Great run defense again from Skimask. 17 rushes for 24 yards. We are like 1.3 yards per carry right now with Ricky Williams. It's just not there, but like I said, 30 seconds every single time we run the ball is more valuable than, the 1 yard is hurting us. So we decided to take it all the way down. And being that I'm really close to the end zone, there's no point calling a timeout. So I take the full-on delay game because I'm going to make a 30-yard field goal just as much as I'm going to make a 35-yard field goal. So no big deal. We decided to kick it from 35 and go up 23-3. So if you're me, it's perfect, right? He tries to do the little shake to try to get the boost off the line. I wait for him to stop, get the kickoff. Kick is good, and we go up by 20. So if we can just make him drive, take a little bit longer to drive. I mean, he hasn't put together a drive all game, but if we can just make him not big play us, that would be great. Now, the unfortunate reality is he's been trying to big play us since the first quarter. So that's his offense. So I just know that I have to do my best to try to prevent him from getting that big play. And what we do here on this drive is we decide to go to the DB Fire 2 press. And I feel like maybe I went to it a little bit too much. Here he's in the single back ace twins. He throws a quick pass to the A tight end off the line of scrimmage. Incomplete, 4 of 15 passing. I'd allowed 48 total yards up to this point with 4 minutes left in the game. 5-minute quarters too. Now he's going to come back out. Single back ace. I cross man it. He's going to run smash. He throws a high ball to Logan Paulson off the line for his 5th completion. 77 yards, 2 picks. He no huddles. This no huddle, I'm cross manning. He's going to go ahead and look for it again. Throws the ball out in the flat. Darius Slay gets run over. Paul Krause gets mush-faced. And he picks up another first down. So now he's starting to show me some stuff I really wasn't prepared for. So the scout wasn't there on this single back ace twins. And it gave me a little bit of trouble. So here, 1st and 10 from midfield. I have straight up man on the left. I'm not worried about his tight ends too much. I decide to try to cover a potential post to a receiver, and he throws a drag to the tight end. Again, like I said, I'm cool with him if he wants to take 4 or 5. If he wants to run the ball, keep the clock moving, throw the ball underneath, that's fine. He needs 3 possessions. So here, he no huddles, and I don't know what happened. I gave up a long touchdown run. That's the worst thing that could have possibly happened to me right there. Giving up the big run to David Johnson really, really hurt right there because I feel like I played really well there. I saw the dive. I flashed to the middle. He went back to the outside. I went back to the outside, but I couldn't get my user turned around, and he just ran through it. Good blocking on the outside there by his receivers to hold off my corners because I had, Mel Blount, Willie Brown, Malcolm Butler, and Darius Slay, who are all actually really physical and play the run really well for dollars. So, again, right here, I'm saying to myself, get this to the 2-minute warning and see what happens. I'm still a little bit nervous because I missed 3 throws in a row with Russell Wilson to start the second half when I could have put the game away. So we decided to go ahead and try to run the ball. And, this is what we did in the first half, and it just wasn't there. It wasn't there at all. And unfortunately, we knew that. So it put me in a pressure situation where I tried to go to the swerve, and I'm not able to get the animation right there. It looked like I swerved Night Train Lane out of the way right there. I could have had a touchdown, but bad throw there by Russell Wilson. And that was kind of a theme throughout the tournament for me. Russell Wilson missed a lot of throws that I really needed from him. And unfortunately, they just weren't there. But again, you think about that. If I run the ball out of the first half on my first possession, that's about 2 minutes off the clock. If I run the ball on that play right there, that's another 30 seconds off the clock. We're reasonably saying right now that if I run the ball those 4 plays, we're looking at the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 10, my ball, the game's done, right? But you never think about that. You never think about that when you're playing Madden. It's all It's all about the now, that one play. Not necessarily thinking about what you could have done differently after the game when you watch it back, like I'm doing right now. I've said time and time again in the second half, I didn't need points. I just needed the clock to run. So why am I passing the ball? Here, we decide to go to the post route over the top, and he gets to me. But that was a touchdown. Again, good pressure. He sent his zone right there. I had a touchdown, one-play touchdown to the running back. Side note, though, the sack is much better than the incomplete pass because the clock is running. So I wasn't that mad at it because I knew that if I was going to run the ball right there, I was going to be 3rd and long. And then I took a sack and it was still 3rd and long anyway. So at least I gave myself a chance. If you look at all the pass plays that I ran in this game, I had guys running wide open. It was either an overthrow, a terrible rack animation, or a really nice play by him. We go to the draw on 3rd and 14. It hurts. It really hurts because if I run the ball on 1st down, this brings up the 2-minute warning. So I'm going to go ahead and punt right here. No choice but to punt. And, you know, he's not moved the ball with the exception of the no huddle. I'm going to go ahead and sub in Chris Boswell right here because I need a good punt. I have no salary invested in my punter. I'm paying for the Boswell who has the slow kick meter and better kick power. I need something out of him right here to try to pin Skimask in his own territory and force him to have another lengthy drive. So I call the punt, and I know he's got Dion back there, so I try to put this on the sideline the best I can. And what you see here is that I actually kind of out-punt my coverage, and he's able to get inside of my user. And at this point I was panicking. I was like, oh no, oh no. Fortunately, though, we're able to bring him down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from my 25. I could have gone for that. Could have just gone for it. If I would have known that was the return, you'd go for that every time, right? But he's going to come back out in the single back ace twins. And I'm kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie, because he gave me a little bit of trouble out of it last time. He's going to go back to that drag play. This time I jump it. He's got the post, nothing doing. He goes to throw the ball to the running back, and he throws it through him. Unfortunate break there for Skimask. Not going to say I feel bad for you. I mean, I've had probably a good 2 or 3 touchdowns taken away from me at this point. But that's definitely a tough break because that would have put him... That's possibly a touchdown outside the 2-minute warning. So he's going to motion Dion in. I have to be prepared for a crossing route. And Clowney coming through clutch again. Another pressure from Clowney. He's got 2 sacks and probably 2 or 3 big clutch hurries, as well as a number of other hurries and flush outs for the quarterback at this point. So really, really needed that. He's going to motion Sanders in again, I believe, right here. And I knew at that point he had to be running smash. So I'm out there looking at the corner, and he throws a high ball to Logan Paulson into triple coverage. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 10. He's down by 13, so he has no choice but to go for it. So we decide that we are going to, I believe on this play, I decided that I want to gas him up for the first time all game. So I go CB strong right there to make sure I get my 2 strongest corners out there. And then I believe that I do try to gas him up right here. I'm trying to remember. He motions. No, I went cross man. We get a pressure with Clowney, and it's an incomplete pass. 7 of 22. Clowney, again, clutch. Whoever his right tackle was, he's got to get somebody different out there because I've seen bronze lines hold up better than his did in this game, in the past game, mine included. So now we're back. Again, this is gonna be simple logic. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Kick the punt. Good defense by him here. He really, really had my run games stopped. I mean, there was nothing there for my run game. This game could have been over. I'm sitting here watching this. You're seeing my reaction. This game should have been over long before this. There's probably 3 or 4 downs I should have just run the ball and taken time off the clock, but I didn't. And I gave him probably 2 extra possessions that I shouldn't have given him. And right now I'm only up 13. So could have been a lot worse, I think. Really could have been. So we decide here on 3rd and 9 that I'm going to go to I believe I'm going to go to the draw right here. just showing him something different, hoping, praying that something pops. I know right here that if I run the ball, he uses his last timeout, and that means that he has no timeouts left, and he would absolutely have to get a onside kick. So that's the point of the call right there. We're going to punt it again. So again, we put Boswell out there, and for some reason he doesn't put his defense on the field, or he doesn't put his punt return on the field. After the huge return by Dion the time before, he gets caught calling a defense and doesn't get a press on my outside guys. So we're able to try to stop Dion. We thought he was going to get loose right there, but fortunately we had the coverage for it. If he sets up any punt block or punt coverage at all, who knows what could happen. Dion could have been gone again. So up 13, starting him in his own 27. You guys saw that Boswell at punter move ended up being so big for me because I was able to flip the field. I was working for my own 25. Now I'm putting him on his 25. I see the auto motion and I know it's a skinny post right away. I go to cover it. Pressure by Clowney. He throws the ball incomplete. 7 of 23 for 94 yards and 2 interceptions. So now he's in the Y trips. I've seen Y trips a lot. I feel pretty confident in how I like to defend Y trips. So as you can see, I go back to my regular package of having CB inside. Or I decide to go to have my strong corners on the outside because he's got McCaffrey and Dion there. Again, auto motion. You got to be prepared for the skinny post. I decide to run the skinny post. He tries to throw the in route. Nothing doing. Clowney again. Big hit on Randall Cunningham. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. I want to go on a limb and say that he didn't have any yards from the shotgun. Up until this point. I want to say that he had 0 yards from the shotgun. I might be wrong. Right here, we decide to bring the pressure. Dot to Cooks down the sideline. Cooks worked off a press there against Slay. That's my fault for running man press there. Slay, not the best pressing corner. Actually, no, I apologize. I had Slay on man coverage against Cooks. And I don't know why, but I decided to go to the pressure again. He tries to throw the in route. Again, you saw that when I decided not to run something, mix up my calls, I became easy to dot. And I think that's the case with any defense as he comes down to my 5-yard line. And now we're a little bit nervous. Looking for the in route to the tight end. And he throws a high point to Logan Paulson. Not going to lie. Really nervous at this point. I went for being up like 23-3 or whatever it was to being up 23-17. So not feeling great. I'm really mad at myself for not running the ball. And as a result, he's going to have 40 seconds and an onside kick attempt. So see here comes the onside kick attempt. It bounces off of Cooks and the ball's live. And fortunately, we recover it. Heart was in my throat. And that's going to be it for Skimask. 37% passing, 167 yards. About, what, a third of that came on his final drive? Really good defense. Really good defense. This is one of the best games defensively I've ever played in a Madden challenge. I felt like I was in his head every down. But taking something away from that, I have to improve running the ball out of the Arizona offense. So, as you guys can hear my voice kicking in there on the archive. So, I hope you guys appreciated this breakdown. It's about 40-something minutes. So, it takes a lot of time to do these and get these rendered and uploaded. But I hope this is something beneficial for you guys. If it was, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And we will see you guys tomorrow with another Madden 17 tip. Until tomorrow, this is Zan. Get in the lab, and good luck.